If you're anxious or avoidant in dating, or if you've been both, here's the truth. Your nervous system is trying to protect you, not sabotage you. There is nothing wrong with you. Everybody's a little anxious or a little bit avoidant. And this video is not going to explain attachment theory to death. It's going to give you one simple, powerful shift that actually helps you feel safer in love starting right now. So first, I'm Christina Lane. I'm a somatic coach. I work with people who are really smart and self-aware and still repeating the same exact patterns that they thought that they'd already healed or fixed or they understood. And while you might understand your attachment style or exactly all the problems that you're creating, you can still just feel dysregulated in the moment and not really be able to make any changes. So you need someone like me to suggest some things that can help you get in your body when something's happening in the moment and make different decisions. So let's talk about really quick being anxious or avoidant. First, they're exactly the same thing. They're a need to get some control back when closeness or commitment starts to happen. I want to acknowledge that this happens the most to really good people who don't want to hurt anyone through overcommitment. And then also it happens sadly when you're the most excited about someone, you're most likely to get triggered. And finally, all this dating advice on the internet pushes you into deciding if someone's going to be basically your life partner from an internet app screen. And that is so not human because some people are just meant to be a really beautiful love affair. And actually that's a little preview of the energy I kind of want you always to be in, because we want to take things for the nervous system one really good day at a time, kind of forever. So first of all, the anxious person clings when they want things to feel safe, right? They're trying to get control through pulling things closer to them. And the avoidant person pushes things away when they want to get safety because they're getting control over their space. They get control through owning their time, right? And they're pushing everything away from them. And neither one is worse. Avoidance gets pegged really in a nasty way on the internet. But anxiety, in the same way, anxious people who tend to be anxious can pull lots of things in their business, in their love life, in their friendship life, right? Really close to them that they don't even like. And the dark side of that is that at some point they realize they didn't even want any of those things that they grabbed for so quickly. So here's the trick to create safety. And I told you those two things because we need to make sure you get control and that you're present to what's really happening without that false pressure of what could happen, because you're never going to meet anyone or make any business decision or life decision and right away it's ready for you. People come into your life and they become ready for you. You both had a relationship of any kind forms because both people change together in a complementary way. And so this is also going to give the time for that to happen, which I think is, if I had to guess, maybe the number one reason why people find dating so frustrating is because they're looking for someone who is ready out of the box for them instead of recognizing that even their closest best friends grew over time into the person that is now their best friend because they kind of attuned to each other and shifted and changed. So honoring all that, this is the trick. This is the one thing you need to do. Get yourself feeling safer in a relationship. And you just have to make it your job to enjoy it at each stage. And this is an active practice. So this is, I want to make this date so fun for me. I want to make second date really, really fun for me. I want to make the beginning of dating, maybe we're having a beautiful love affair and we don't really know what will happen or where it will go from here. I want to make it so fun. I want to even extend it. I want to honor it. It's like a sacred space. If you can do that at each stage and think about the marriage that this happens in, think about the couple who's going to have kids and they're both this is the last year before we have a baby, or they're going to have another kid and they're this is the last time we'll just have one child. What should we do? They're retiring. They're any stage of life, right? They're just trying to enjoy that stage with their partner. And there's never that place you enter that I think actually anxious and avoidant people, right? They get it's so extreme. It gets labeled that way. Their nervous system's responding to something that's actually really real, which is that there is this attitude that once you're married or someone's your girlfriend or boyfriend, that it's just sort of time to sit back, right? And we're done. We don't have to be in this liminal space of not knowing anymore. But I want you to orient to relationships in a way that you're always a little bit in that liminal space. You're always in looking at the time you're in now and really honoring it as a rare moment that you'll never ever have again. And in that place, one, you're going to have way better sex. You're going to have way better arguments. You're going to be able to address things in real time early that are going to build the foundation for change and growth. But what's really going to happen is you're going to build self-trust. And self-trust is what builds self-love. And that is what calms the nervous system down. So you're not pushing things away and grabbing at things. And yeah, we're talking about dating, but this is not really about dating. It's just such a powerful triggering experience because most of us and most people listening to this video have made decisions in dating that you regret. And so your nervous system is coming online with all this fear, especially when you're about to get really attached to someone you're really excited about because you don't want to get hurt again. And so a way to rebuild the trust with yourself is to honor each stage because interviewing questions do not work. People are not as self-actualized as we wish they were. We don't know ourselves as well as we think we do. And so you can answer all these questions about yourself at the beginning of dating, and they don't really mean that much. You have to be experienced. And so you're creating all this safety for someone to show you who they really are with no pressure. And that is where you see all of those things that, looking back, we call them red flags. But I'd like to invite you into one more new paradigm, and that is just, is it working at this stage, right? Can me and this other person find workability in early dating? Do they have the time to date? Is this as important part of their life as it is for me? Can we, if that's not true, can we both shift to where it both feels good? And then you're not married to someone that doesn't have time for you or doesn't think a relationship is as important as you think it is. And you're really getting in the beginning a taste of what will be coming in the future. And that is where you get safety. And that is where you can stop grabbing things that you don't really want and pulling them all the way to you, or pushing things away that you want the most because you're afraid of them. I hope you enjoyed this video. I would love for you to subscribe and and leave a comment letting me know that you like it. If you do, I will be here every week going forward for a while. I'm going to try to build an audience on YouTube because long form blogging has always kind of been my thing. I'd like to try to introduce something similar to what I do on Medium and in my weekly essays for my private email list here on YouTube. And so this is really similar. And finally, if you want to work with me, I have a membership where I do workshops and have an amazing year-long curriculum. It's $47 a month, or you can also work with me one-to-one. All of that information is in the video description. Thanks so much.